Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and do I have the sound turned on? Now I do. It is going to be another 2v2 with Mana and Thorzane from Mousesports versus off against Kaz and Aristio from Team Empire. So this is game 2 in the series, and yes, we have seen some really awesome play. The first game, really off the chain. Doing some great stuff from both sides. Well, I think we saw a Colossus, we saw massive tank pushes, we saw a bit of a Ling, Roach, all over the place sort of stuff. And yeah, Mousesports was successful in game number 1. So game number 2 going on now. And we'll see if this game is going to be as epic as the last game. And I'd like to think it would be, but I don't know, man. The last game was pretty epic. So we'll just have to see how it happens. A little bit of scouting here, but nothing crazy. Both players going for... it's actually one of those things you notice when you go in like 2v2s and 3v3s and stuff like that. A lot of people go for rushes when they normally wouldn't. They go for very fast timing attacks, 5-minute pushes, that sort of stuff that you usually wouldn't see in 1v1. Just because in 2v2, if you ally up and you both have the same game plan, then you really can do quite a lot of damage. And I believe that Team Empire tried to do something like that last game a little bit. They're mainly the Lings going out, but tried to do something, and the fact that Team Mousesports had some units, they were getting very aggressive very early as well, is what pretty much saved them at that early point. And speaking of getting very aggressive, this probe, man, very aggressive. And lucky for him, he's not going to get trapped in there, so he will be able to escape after having hit a couple of times. Bunch of overlords coming out as well, and these little things, whatever the hell they are, just flying around all over the place. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, but Thorzane and Mana from Mousesports, they're going to be a little bit safer getting up the front gates for both of those players. Of course, they have to worry about Ling harass very early in the game, and they are going to see a bunch of Lings all over the place. Did yeah, I think the blue player, yeah, Cass actually selected that Ling for a second there. It was weird. I thought the enemy had selected it for a sec, but no, it was just Kaz. So there we go. Ling's going to come in, and he's going to lift up the supply depot. This poor Marine being left out in the cold all alone, but he's got his mates, and they're going to shoot away this guy. He's not going to get in. The Zealot coming in there, and yeah, these Lings are not going to be able to do anything. He's continuing to produce a ton of them though, and he's going to get outspeed as well, and we can see that Kaz is going for some very fast Marauders, very fast concussive shells upgrade. So this is going to be good actually, because very early game versus both Terran and Protoss, the Marauders are very good, and busting down this Zealot is going to be no problems at all. So he's just going to take the Zealot out, the Lings run in, do all sorts of stuff. He's getting out a Stalker as well for base defense, but the Stalker's not going to help too much. So there we go. All that's going to take is the Marauder to take out this Zealot, and the Lings are going to do such a massive amount of damage. He's going to try and bait him out first, and there we go. The Zealot moving away. He's going to move straight back in as soon as he can, as soon as he sees the Lings coming in. And the Marauders, they've got him nice and far back, and the Lings do have a definite chance here. And Mana not taking any chances, going to put another gateway over there to completely block it off, but there's not much you can do about this thing going down. The Stalkers do get in a nice position, and the Marauders are desperately chasing away that Stalker straight off, just taking it out. And it does look like the gateway will go down, and then there will be no stopping this massive amount of Lings from running in. And there we go, moving in again, trying to block it up with the force field, does not help. Instantly, all the forces of Mana going down. Thorzane taking out a whole bunch of guys, including his workers, going to try and hold this off. Meanwhile, all of the workers from Mana are going to go down, and these Marauders are just going to be facing off against the Marines, trying to slow down this assault from coming in, trying to get out this Marauder, this Hellion actually. And the Marauder's actually getting trampled by the SCVs. But meanwhile, these guys, the first Nexus is going to go down, and Mana is really crippled at the moment. He's got out a ton of Zealots, and they're going to try and hold it off. But meanwhile, the Lings just coming out all over the place. The Zealots are holding off their own. They're preventing a lot of workers from going down, but the workers are still going to be going down, and the Marines are going to clean up the rest of the Ling forces, or they're going to try to. Actually, all of the Marines going down. So it's just a massive amount of Lings coming out right now. And there we go. Mana and Thorzane going to have to concede. So really, really great plan of attack there from Team Empire coming back in game number 2. And I mean, Ling Marauder, such a great composition for taking out these early forces, because that many Lings, if it gets into your base, you are dead. And I mean, putting one Zealot there will hold it off, but when you got Marauder support from your ally, taking down this gate is very, very easy. So really, really great play there from Team Empire, putting their noggins together and getting a great tactic. And even I feel like the much superior macro of Thorzane early in the game, getting that huge army, just was not enough to hold off all these forces after they had done such a decisive hit to mana. So there we go, that's game number 2. Really good job from Team Empire, and going into, I think there is a third game, and yeah, I'm guessing since it's 1-1 so far, that this is a best of 3 series, and we are going to be going into the ace match now. So that'll be awesome. I'll catch you guys in a sec. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.